When I was brand new in sales, negotiating with customers felt like the scariest thing to do. I did not have any experience negotiating, and I thought giving the buyers the discounts that they wanted was the only thing I could do to make them happy. I confided this to my friend when I met her at the newly opened coffee shop, and she said I had nothing to be afraid of because I negotiate all the time. I was confused. That's when she reminded me that she wanted to meet me at our usual coffee place, but I showed her the value of trying something new and convinced her to meet me at the new place. That's basically negotiation. It blew my mind. I started seeing negotiation everywhere after that. We negotiate every day. When we make plans with our friends, when we collaborate with our coworkers, we even negotiate with our pets. I was not scared of the idea anymore, and I learned to get better and better at it. Here are my 10 tips that can help you be a better negotiator. Start negotiations early. They say the first rule of negotiation is do not negotiate. But if you're selling a business software like me, negotiation is unavoidable. So instead of running away from it, you can start your negotiations early. By this, I don't mean pricing or contract negotiations. Set the tone with your prospect from the very beginning that in order to get, they need to give. For example, when the prospect asks you for a free demo of your product, ask them questions about their company that would help you close a deal. This way, not only will you give a kick-ass demo, you will also be on an equal footing with the prospect, which is the foundation of a healthy relationship. Research your buyer. The more you know the prospect and the problem they want you to solve, the more control you have over the narrative. Usually, negotiations are seen as a way to persuade buyers to change their perception of your value. So, salespeople tend to talk a lot during this stage, while in fact, they should be listening. Ask a lot of questions to your buyer. Understand their needs, their values, likes and dislikes. The more you know, the better you can hold your ground during negotiations. Make an educated first offer. Another often quoted rule in sales is to never be the one to make the first offer. But that's kind of unavoidable in modern sales because prospects compare multiple tools and they expect a competitive offer from you. At the negotiation stage, you know your buyer completely. You know what they need and what they can afford. This means you know what offer would be appealing to them. So, what you should be doing is make an educated first offer. Keep the conversation light. Most people in sales make the mistake of getting really serious when the negotiation phase starts. But remember, you are not against your buyers. Keep the tone conversational. Show them that you're their partner in the buying process. You can even make a joke or two. My go-to is usually movie quotes.
I will make an offer you can't refuse.
Well, you get the point. Build trust. Let's face it, years of being ripped off by bad salespeople has taught consumers to be wary of anybody who sells. But the good news is, when a modern salesperson like you or me does some real selling, which is basically being the prospect's partner in their buying process, they start trusting you. Be upfront about what your product can or cannot do and only make promises you can keep. If the prospect sees that you have always had their best interest at heart, they will trust you when you say your product deserves the value on the price tag. If they push back on the price because their manager is not okay with it, you can ask them to be the champion for your offering internally, just as you've been their champion within your company. Believe in your value. You cannot define a price that you're not sure about. Whether you work in a huge corporate company or you're an up-and-coming artist, you need to believe that what you're selling is worth the money. A good way to understand the value of what you're selling is by talking to customers who are using your products or service already. Make a list of the ways in which your product is making their life better and internalize it. This way, if you price your product at $100, you will show no hesitation while telling your customers that your product provides a value worth $100. Avoid justifying your price. It's a common misconception that when you back up your price with a justification, buyers find it more persuasive. While it may have been true at some point in time, it doesn't really fly with modern customers. They have already done their background research. They know what value you can offer before they started talking to you. And you would have shown them why you're better than your competitors before you got to pricing negotiations. So when you give reasons to justify your price, you're inviting customers to give reasons why your pricing does not work. I'd suggest you state the price and let silence do the talking. If the customer asks for the justification, focus on things that you know your customer values. find common ground. Bringing the price down is not the only way to create value for your customer. You can find common ground where both your buyers and your interests are served. For example, you can suggest ideas like increasing the order size and decreasing the price per unit, or removing the perks from the order to suit the price your customer wants. Mention the perks. Mentioning the other perks that come along with buying the product or service, like customer support and post-sale assistance, can get the buyers to reevaluate their stance. Customers value dependability, so even if you are priced higher than your competitors, they won't mind paying more to work with someone they trust. Get something in return for concessions. Let's say you've arrived at a point where the customer genuinely needs a concession. Go ahead and make the concession if it's reasonable, but get something in return. For example, ask the customer to refer you to a friend, or write a positive review about your company, or even give you a case study. These are the 10 things I do to become a better negotiator every day. Can you think of more negotiation tips for modern selling? Or do you disagree with any of my tips? Let me know in the comment section. Hey, I'm Preeti. I do sales at Freshworks, and I'm an instructor at Freshworks Academy. I hope you enjoyed this video. We have more videos about modern sales coming out soon, so make sure to subscribe to this channel. For more awesome educational content on sales, support, and marketing, enroll in Freshworks Academy. The link is in the description. Until next time, happy selling!